Hey guys, good morning. How are you today? Um, so I have a little bit of preview of what my new obsession is and what I'm working on, but I'm not gonna tell you what it is yet. But I am gonna tell you that I've been listening a lot of Elizabeth Elliot. So for those who don't know Elizabeth Elliot, psst, psst, Joy, trying to train my dog not to get on the couch. Or she can't really get on it like that, but she does put her legs up. Stop. Stop. And she's biting too. Anyway, Elizabeth Elliot was Jim Elliot's wife, the missionary that got murdered in Ecuador by a tribe in the 50s that they were trying to reach with the gospel. And then just miraculously through that murder and then forgiveness of Elizabeth Elliot and the other wives of the men that were killed, the tribe came to Christ, like just transformed. You know, they saw that these men didn't try to defend themselves against them and they laid down their life for Jesus. And then the wives coming and forgiving them and actually living amongst the tribes transformed them. Anyway, amazing story. You should check it out. Those things that really encourage you to be the best person you could be, because there's legit people who are not only really great people but sacrifice their lives and just live for God and live for others and not themselves. Anyway, I've been listening to a lot of her, so that's the preview of kind of what I'm working on in my new obsession. But today's video is actually something that's been a pet peeve of mine that I've never really attacked either on social media or via video. And yesterday I happened to be scrolling through Instagram. I do not use my Instagram, but it's what's it called? I'm not inactive. I'm still active, and literally once a month I might go in there. I don't even know why I went in there yesterday, just to see maybe who had new kids or something. I do that sometimes. Anybody of my friends pregnant now, whatever. Checking in, and I saw somebody of my past when I used to live in Brickell wish everybody happy Mother's Day, which happy Mother's Day, by the way. And she's there wishing everybody happy Mother's Day, and then she says, and my fur moms too. And bruh, I almost made a comment. I don't comment on social media. I don't do anything, ugh. Anyway, so I gotta talk about this strange place that people in today's first world nations, particularly the United States, that have placed dogs like if they're your children. It's weird. Just absolutely bonkers. A dog's a dog. I care for my dog. I'm gonna give her the best care with reasonable finances. If it's too expensive, sorry, or whatever. But I ain't gonna be out here. It's not my child, and I it's not a kid. And the idea that you are gonna honor, a dog mom on Mother's Day, okay. So let's say this. This is how I'm gonna put it. People feel bad leaving others out of something, which is why we got the transgender thing going on, all these things, because nobody could be left out, right? If a transgender transgender woman who is biological male but considers herself a woman, you better call them a woman, because if not, you're leaving them out. Same thing with this dog thing. It's that there are people, a lot more now than ever in history of the world, because women have chosen careers instead of family and all these things, or delayed having kids so long that then they couldn't get pregnant, whatever. It's it came from a culture problem that now has literally became a problem in women's lives. And people feel bad to leave others out of something. But so I think that's where the whole, let's be inclusive. Let's be inclusive. Now, the only thing I'll say about that is that if for the other people who have labored like a woman, going through childbirth and laboring like I did for 42 hours, what that does is diminish not only the process of giving birth, the sacrifice of your body, whatever, right? The whole deal, which is literally like the hardest thing you could ever do, like the most pain. I'm sure I said this in the past somewhere, but there's been like tests of pain level thresholds. And sorry, I have really great coffee here. I don't want it to get cold. There's been pain level threshold tests, and birthing just passes the amount any human can take of pain. So it's like beyond that. So it's literally a miracle to birth. Like only God's gonna get you through, and you didn't die. So so that right there. And then so not only that, it's the sacrifice of every single day. So since my kids have been born, I have never ever, not one day, slept in. Not one day. Kids cry, there I am. Middle of the night, there I am. It's my job. It's my responsibility. I'm the number one. My husband's a support in that area, and he's amazing. But mommy is everything. They call mommy. They fall, they call mommy. Mommy is everything. And the amount of work and sacrifice it takes to be a good mom, to be a present mom, to meet your kids' needs, there's no job like it. Not one single thing. You can apply yourself in this world, I guess, unless you're a slave. And sadly, there still are some slaves in this world. Unless you're a slave, there is no job that will ever be where every waking moment you're on and you can't turn it off. And guess what? If you turn it off, then you're probably gonna cause some damage to your child, because that's what moms are there for. It's like they're supposed to be there all the time. So anyway, when people congratulate, dog moms on Mother's Day, what does that do? It diminishes the what's it called? The role or the sacrifice of an actual mom of children. So anyway, I just need to put it out there. This inclusivity stuff, all it does is diminish the real thing, or says the real thing, equates the real thing to the not real thing. And that is just absolutely not fair on the other side. It's not inclusive to the one who's actually, to the one that actually counts, okay? So look, if you chose not to have a kid, cool. That's like your choice. Even though I find it fascinating that it's like something we actually think whether we're going to choose or not now. Versus like God created us to have families and have children. And the ones who don't end up having children is actually an exception, or the outlier versus the norm. And now there's a lot of women without children. And guess what? There's a lot of women feeling unfulfilled. They fill that void with a dog, and then that dog is like a child. They treat it like a child. I mean, it's just like the stuff I see now is like crazy, weird, okay, overboard. The moment I saw dogs in strollers, I said, for sure, we're in the end times. That's what I said. No, but anyway, I just want to say that it's not inclusive. It's actually discriminatory. This whole inclusivity world is discriminatory to the real thing, to the real sacrifice, whether it be that whole Mother's Day thing, or the whole even going to the transgender argument. And then what's happening sadly in the whole women's sports, that the biological males that are transgender women are stealing the prizes from the women. And I love what, I think it was Ron Paul or something in Congress when he was interviewing the medical transgender woman lady, the one that Biden was trying to put on the medical board or whatever it's called. And he says, where are the feminists? Where are the feminists that men, biological male, are stealing our prizes? The best that women can do against biological males is come in third. Women who have trained their whole life to be, runners and all these things come in third. It's like this inclusivity stuff is discriminatory to the real thing. And that is not okay. So, what's this rant about? What are you doing? No, stop. What's this rant about? I'm not going to sit here and harp on this small topic about fur moms or whatever. But it's just about showing the shift in the mentality, in the culture, and how confused we are. And what's the most important thing, the most vital thing, is to be a person who lives against culture, like who lives the way you should live, who honors the way you should honor. So, you know, the best way to impact culture is or the best way to make the biggest impact is bottom up. Like fix you fix your family, live a certain way, choose to live a certain way. So with that said, how do you live your life? How do you honor the people around you? And what place do you put certain things in? My dog's a dog, and I'm gonna treat it as such. I'm gonna treat it well. I'm gonna love it, but it's a dog, and it can wait for me at home for many hours because it could hold its pee. And my schedule will not be determined by the dog. I will determine the dog's schedule, which really I determine my kid's schedule. But obviously, kids need deeper care than a dog. But anyway, my point of it, just let's be the people who start putting things in the right place in our lives and be the examples to the world. And let's be careful and mindful to not follow the world trends that seem like they're cute. They're not cute. Congratulating a fur mom on Mother's Day diminishes an actual mom. And that is absolutely not okay. And it's discriminatory to actual moms. So we have to look at this whole inclusivity thing and stop walking on eggshells about what we agree with or not. And I'm not saying pick fights. But I'm saying, how do we live and what do we teach our kids and how do we communicate with others? What language do we place? Where do we place things? Do we make comments like Happy Defer Mom Day? No, like don't do that. Don't be in alignment with that. No, but yes, let's live in a way to honor the real things, to have compassion for those who feel left out because of their choices or their issues or whatever, but honor the real thing and stand up for the real thing. So today, on the day after Mother's Day, moms, I totally honor you. You have the hardest job in the world, the most valuable job in the world. You have a gift that God sent children for you to be the head of, you and your husband, the head of, and to tell them, to guide them in this life and to show them who you're the best stewards. God placed them in your care. And today we honor you, mommies, for the amount of sacrifice that it takes to be a mom that nobody will ever know and that dads will never be, no matter what, even the best dads. And we honor you today, mommies. So anyway, God bless you, and let's be, I don't want to say anti-culture, I'm trying to say like opposite culture. Let's do our culture, and let's change the world bottom up, starting with our families and how we live.